Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome to Illbleed, a game that honestly I know very little about. So, I often sort of reach out to friends and the people in the Discord group for game suggestions of, a genre particular if I'm looking for one, or just generally, hey, any good games. So sometimes people will just randomly come to me with suggestions. Ignore this, it just keeps cycling through the intro screen, don't worry about it. So yeah, I'm always out looking for suggestions, always interested in sort of trying things maybe that I sort of missed sort of back in the day, because when you're growing up you have sort of a limited amount of games that you can play on, because necessarily you're not the ones buying your own video games, they're bought for you by parents, things like that. Or maybe you just didn't have the console in question, or if you did, there's a variety of reasons. There's only so many games you can play. So, one of my friends shows up in the chat occasionally, suggested this. Now, I had never heard of Illbleed. Like, it's not a game I even knew existed until he mentioned it. And I was like, well, what's it like? And he says, oh, it's this sort of weird kind of offbeat horror game. Like, ooh, a horror game I've never heard of. That's rare, because obviously I keep my ear to the ground about horror games if I can. Because this game is Dreamcast only. Now, for the record, yes, I'm emulating it. I've just got to emulate from older consoles. It's the only way I can capture the footage from them. So I was very curious, because I like horror. Horror is very much my jam, as I'm sure you are aware. It's probably my second favorite genre, I think. It's hard to say, really. It depends what sort of mood I'm in, I guess. But, yeah, so I figured, well, I will give it a look. Now, I'm only planning this for, like, a one-off. I don't know if there's going to be, like, enough of a draw here for me to want to play multiple sessions. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't really know. And speaking of not knowing, obviously, I don't really know the, ins and outs of this game. I have looked online, because my friend did warn me that the game is a little obtuse sometimes. Like, it can be a little tricky to work out. Not necessarily like a bad way, but it's like, it's an older game. It doesn't have a huge amount in terms of in-game tutorials. So I did have a little bit of a look online. Tips and stuff are basically, I've got to find a cemetery, because that's where the closest approximation to an in-game tutorial actually is. They say keep an eye out for goggles. I don't know what the context of that is, but they say at the start of each level there will be goggles you need to find, or some such. I have literally no idea. So I'm going to go into this, and hopefully we'll get okay, but as I say, this is just a one-off, so I'm going to be curious about it. Maybe at the end of the day I'll be like, well, it had some promise, but maybe was just the wrong idea, or any number of things like that. So let's go into a new game. Let's see what we get. 18th Annual High School Speech Competition. Yes, can you speak?
For as long as I can remember, my family ran what we called a horror caravan. We hauled this house of horrors around from town to town, trying to give people a new thrill, a new nightmare. I kind of like traveling, but all that gruesome gore got to me after a while. My dad was always conjuring up new devices, tricks, and traps, each one scarier than the last. Guess who he tried them out on? Yep, me. No! I guess it toughened me up a little. I mean, you have to be brave to walk through a den of snakes, or try to avoid trapdoors to make it to your room. I was a pretty fearless kid by the time I was 5, thanks to my fearsome father. He fed on others' fears and was never satisfied. My mom couldn't stand how obsessed he'd gotten, so she thankfully divorced him when I was 6. Yet I had gotten attached to horror. I remember how that good old Halloween pillow and a hot red water bath soothed me. I think I might major in child psychology.
Okay, so her dad was a bit of a dick then, fair enough.
So, how'd I do?
Erico.
That was great! I mean, you're the head of the horror research club and...
President of the student council. It's a given. You win this speech contest for sure.
Randy and Kevin.
Hey everybody! You've gotta see this!
What, Michelle? Why didn't you listen to Erico's speech?
I don't need to. I know she'll win. Here, take a look at this.
Those are guest invitations to Illbleed. How'd you get them?
From a Pepco promotion.
Kill! Look, we can win $100 million there.
Yeah, if we can manage to get through the whole park, that is.
No sweat. I'm game if you are.
Sure thing. I'm with ya. Whoa, whoa.
What about you, Erico?
I think I'll pass. It sounds too good to be true.
Why? You just said in your speech to conquer your fear and surpass the odds. Come on, we can test your theory.
Sounds like we're trying to be superheroes or something.
It's no biggie. It's just a house of horrors. Probably full of cheesy props and gags.
Which proves what's so weird about this. How can a funky place like that afford $100 million reward?
Who knows? Maybe they'll make it take so long to get through it, everyone will give up, go home, and the horror honchos will end up with a lot of free publicity.
Or else the whole thing is a hoax, and they don't have the money at all.
I agree with him.
I'm down with that.
I'm not voting. Or going.
For real?
Are you positive?
You sure?
Yep, you heard me.
Okay, Your Highness. Then we three humble slaves shall bring back the $100 million, and you'll be sorry.
I can't wait to commune with the undead.
I'd use the money for a chainsaw and hack my way into fame and fear. Ha ha!
Oh, brother. Okay, then. We'll catch you later, Erico.
Let's go!
I think the scariest part of this game is their dead, vacant eyes. Illbleed. Should be a spooky voice to say it. Illbleed or something like that. Like Resident Evil kind of thing. Come on, it's no good otherwise. Hey Tom. A few days later.
Excuse me, did you see 3 high school kids around here 3 days ago? They had special invites. What?
Well, he was helpful. And so, of course, we end up inside the place. Because why wouldn't we? Okay. Okay, right. We got basic controls. Got cinema zone. Got sight, hearing, smell, sixth sense. Yeah, so from what I understand from the little I sort of read up about this beforehand, it's like you have to use your senses to find like secrets and stuff. Or like things. Got an ER thing there. I guess that's it. Yeah, ER. So I'm assuming that's a place you can go to heal up if you get hurt. Alright, let's see. Whoop. Yep, we have a jump. Don't know specifically if that helps us to get over anything or what, but that is apparently a thing. Oh, and oh, hey, map. Cool. Okay, got that, got that. Got those 3 places over there. Alright. We have a first person mode, very good. What's that? Drugstore. Visitor bank. And I can't even read that because the UI is so big on the screen I can barely read anything. Photo studio. Ah yes, okay. So photographs. Okay, oh that's weird. You can kind of walk. So if you push the analog stick really fast, you run. But if you sort of half push it, you walk. But you can then follow that up by just moving the analog stick fully, and you still walk. That's different. Usually it's a half turn permanently to walk. Or there's a walk button. That's also usually an option. Okay, fair enough. So did you say the cemetery was on the right? Is this it? Probably. I think the walking is used to trigger certain traps. That makes sense. It's either to trigger or to avoid certain traps, I suppose. Lesson 1. Can we examine? Yes, we can. Welcome to Illbleed. I'm Michael Reynolds. I'll show you the most important thing for you to survive. Please go forward and to the right. Okay. Lesson 3. Lesson 2. It's going a bit nuts up there. I conceal the horrors monitor where you stand now. All of your 4 senses on screen are the proof of the item. When the sensors reach their peak, press the A button to obtain the horror monitor. Yes, I think I read about this. There's like it's like a device. Is that it? Oh, yep, that would be it. It's a nifty pair of goggles. Okay. We have the horror monitor. Lesson 3. Pressing the right trigger, you use the horror monitor, so that's first person mode. Take a look at the tombstones behind you with it. There may be something hidden there when it marks in. Place a warning mark there by pressing the A button. Okay, whoop, whoop, searching. Okay, press the warning mark with A. Okay, so it sort of zooms in on spots. Blimey, it costs like 40 adrenaline? That's a lot. Anything over here? Apparently not. Can you actually, like, check these? Or you said you hid items. Nothing special. There's nothing there at all. Okay. And nothing special there either. Right, so you sort of mark hotspots on the map. And that's lesson 4. Wait, where's lesson 4? Ah, there's lesson 4. You should avoid damaging shock events during attractions by warning the area before approaching. The adrenaline gauge in the lower left hand corner will decrease each time you use the horror monitor. Okay. And lesson 5. When your 6th sense is active, it means there may be items or enemies nearby. Hit items beneficial to you. Get them and use them wisely. Good luck. So my 6th sense is tingling. Ooh, I got an injection. Don't know what an injection of, but apparently I got it. Okay. Do we have... Oh, hang on. There's something else around here. Hang on. Went beep for a moment. Something went beep for a moment there. What was that? Oh, hang on. Looks like it's something around here. Oh. Ooh. Hassie. Okay. I got a Hassie. What the hell's a Hassie? Do we have a... Yes, we do. Here we go. Item list. Okay. What is a Hassie? Most popular stamina drink. Slight recovery of stamina. Ingredients are kept a secret. So that presumably by the fact it's highlighted, that ups your hit points. Filled with made adrenaline, inject into back of neck. Ow! That sounds painful. Horror monitor. Wow, okay. How do you save? Oh, nope, sorry. That's the emulator doing that, apologies. I forgot, yeah, if you press select, it's actually... Because I don't think the Dreamcast had a select button, so obviously I'm using my controller. That can speed things up, apparently. Yeah, is there a save option in there? My character's map exit. That's a no, then. How to save? Maybe it's save option inside the shops. Build up, recovery, return to life. Want an upgrading operation? Ooh, what's these do? You have no parts to upgrade. Okay. Recovery operation. Decreases pulse to 50 beats per minute. Covers that. Okay, so yeah, you can cover your stats. Resurrecting, I guess if I die I come back there or something. Dunno. But I don't have a lot of cash. The photo shoot place is the save location. That would actually make a certain kind of sense. But we'll check there last. Let's have a look at the drugstore. Excuse me. Hello. You look happy to work here. What we got? So, stamina recovery, a salad for mild stamina recovery, and a steak dinner for full stamina. Sure, a steak dinner costs $2,000. Jesus Christ, inflation's hitting everywhere, it seems. Ampule, injection, intravenous drip, deep breath. They sell the ability to breathe. Yep, that's clearly the future, alright? Nitroglycerine. Oh, nitroglycerin. You know what? I've never seen that word written out before. A roll magazine. Slight excitement. Ooh. See, look, here's the thing. We don't have to spend our time running around this horror thing. Let's just buy this for 30 quid and have done with it. Stanches slightly? Stanches mildly. Slight excitement. Why would you want slight excitement? But the whole point is you're not supposed to get excited. Stanches fully. I'm assuming that's like bleeding or something. I mean, it is called Illbleed, so I'm assuming bleeding is an option. Visitor bank. Friendly aftercare. Shouldn't that be after life care? We use the, what is the visitor's bank? explain this to me. Preparation. Please come visit again after a while. So those are the other 3 characters, weren't they? Okay. Do we unlock them as characters and that's where we switch? Actually, that would make sense along with the resurrection thing. Like, if one character dies, you can spend a bit of cash to bring them back to life. Photo. Save. There we go. Nice. The old port system on the Dreamcast controller genuinely was kind of ahead of its time. The fact that you had 2 ports on the thing, you could have one for your saving card, one for Rumble Pack, and you had the little VMU thing on the screen, and it could tell you information about like whatever game you were playing on. That was fun. Coming soon. The controller in this game leaves something to be desired. Boogie's Fun Movies, Hall of Resentment, Child Palace, Shock It To Me Theatre, Museum. Nope. When you're in the park, make sure to look out for dummy stations to save. If you die, it's game over. Yeah, it's sort of old school. No such thing as checkpoints back in this day and age. Minnesota Hell Cinema. Jimmy, My Son, The Home Run of Death. Sounds like a Twilight Zone episode. I'm assuming we go in here. Okay, let's see if we can work this shit out.
You play a sport, a game, knowing full well that you're going to either win or lose. You never expect to die before your dreams come true. Neither did Jimmy, or his father, Gail Banballo, a Minnesota innkeeper. He set up a secret baseball practice arena in the basement of his inn, where he and his son practiced day after day. Jimmy's hard work and batting skill finally led his team to a state victory. It started out a crisp spring day, but before Jimmy could go outside to play, he and his dad went downstairs to bat the ball around a few times. Upstairs, some teenagers had been playing with fire, turning the inn into a raging blaze that was soon out of control. The inn was a total loss, and so was Jimmy, burned in minutes. Mr. Banballo was so badly maimed, he turned into a hideous monster, oozing and bleeding, snarling and growling like a beast, enraged and bent on revenge. He tracked down the kids responsible for the fire and killed them one by one with a blowtorch. That wasn't enough for Banballo. He won't leave his inn or his memories, so there he waits, in ambush.
The home run of death. This really is like the Twilight Zone, isn't it? Ah, lovely. Okay, to the challengers. Your mission is to calm the anger of Banballo. His only weakness is Jimmy. Though he is mad, he quickly drops his guard when he thinks of Jimmy. Memories of Jimmy is the key to the mission. Okay. Ooh, 50,000. Stage requirements. Price reduction if the conditions are not met. So, under 50 minutes. I'm assuming that's 50 minutes. Gotta clear 25 traps. Heart rate under 120, hit points over 150, adrenaline over 200, and bleeding under 20 cc. Okay. I'm unlikely to get that, but fair enough. So we can pick a character, except we can't because we've only got the one. Fair enough. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Fair enough. And we're in. Something on site. Wait, where's the door I came in through? Oop. Ow. Okay, yep, that happened. Okay, so I think the thing said you've got to find the goggles, don't you? And that was all of your senses, like, going off. It's going down now. Okay, it's got to be somewhere around here. I think we should probably move around slowly, because otherwise I'm liable to hit something bad. But then again, I also can't do that forever because then I'll just get bored. So, okay, so the goggles are going to be somewhere around here. That's just the sixth sense. We don't want to go too near anything to do with that. Gotta keep an eye out for... Whoop. Okay, that happened. Fair enough. Alright. We can chill, don't worry. Spooked you too. Oh, hang on. Ah, something around here. Hang on. Tree? Tree! Got it. Well, hey. Now we can actually start finding shit. What was the jump button? That was the jump button. Can we jump over this? We can. Smell and the sixth sense somewhere around here. Whoop. That's something. Something else. Blimey, there's a lot of stuff around here. It costs so much adrenaline for that. That's very strange. Can we check? Oh, we got a Hessie. I'm so happy about that. Ah, so that was the sixth sense one. Okay. Oop. Nothing special. Nothing special. Nothing special. Okay, so presumably that was the one that was setting off smell. And that was the one that was setting off the sixth sense. That's interesting. So I'm trying to work out exactly something around here. Use adrenaline to potentially set off a trap. If you successfully detect a trap, you get your adrenaline back as a reward. Yeah, so every time you identify a point that isn't a trap, I'm assuming. then you don't get your adrenaline back, and so you have sort of a net loss. Really? There's 6 cents somewhere around here. Right. I assume it's you. Not you. That could be a problem. Well, where is it? I'm very low on adrenaline right now. Oh, it's a gauze wrap. Right, so 6 cents is items then, I'm assuming? And like other things are... well, not? Deep breath. That was a pit. Well, okay then.
Cool.
Nice. Okay. Can we go inside? Oh, we can go inside. That's good. Ooh. Something hearing, something 6 cents. Hearing. If I go this way a bit, yeah, I'm gonna guess that's the phone because it's hearing. That was indeed correct. Okay, right. So you can sort of, because I'm trying to work this out. So you can sort of work out what the thing is gonna be based on what it is. Like 6 cents is usually an item. Sight. What could be sight around here? Is that? Ooh, newspaper clipping 1. Youngsters, come join us. Chateau Banbalo opens today. Youth hostel, Chateau Banbalo. Open today, a place where the young can gather. Owner, Mr. Banbalo, says with enthusiasm, I want the chateau to be a utopia for teenagers. The hostel, an excellent leisure facility surrounded by nature, is an excellent leisure facility. Okay. That's not all of it, though, was it? Oh, another one? Okay. Fire at Chateau Banbalo claims the life of owner and son. Fire broke out last night at the annex of Chateau Banbalo. Jimmy, 8, son of Mr. Banbalo, 41, died of severe burns. Improper use of fireworks by guests allegedly caused the fire. Something very close. What have we got? Just... I have an item about... Oh, I was right. That was a complete total guess, but okay. What have we got around here? Oh, more gauze wrap. And that's all the items in the immediate area. Excellent. Anything over here then? Actually, one thing I will probably do... Let me check items. We need some adrenaline. That was a lot of adrenaline. Cool. I'm still sort of learning the ropes. Oh. There's something smell and something 6th sense. What could the smell be? That? Yes. Haha. The 6th sense is usually an item, so... Ooh, a salad. nom, nom, nom. Alright, I think I'm getting the hang of this. Cool. Right, what else we got? Oh, sight. Oh, I think I know what that's going to be. Call it a hunch. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of this. Alright. Okay, what do we got? Nothing at all. Oh, smell. Smell. Something smells. Yes! Can I open these doors? Oh, we still got something on smell though. Ah, from the next door? Might well be from the next door then. Yep. Alright, I think I'm getting it. Sight? Say it's the light. There's nothing in the door. I don't know which light it could be though. It could be either of them. Let's mark them both just to be safe. Nope, it wasn't the light, it was the door. Well, sucks. Nope, nothing there. Apparently, yes, it was the doors. Always the door. Okay. Sight. Was the other one, was it? Fair enough. Nothing special there. Okay, oh, that's fine. Can we go through this door? Apparently not. I shouldn't be running, because running seems to be... I'm assuming the red bar at the top is like my bleeding meter or something like that, and if it goes over that little line, I'm actually like bleeding, but this is like bleeding recovery. Because I noticed that when I was running, it was going back up. So it's like cuts recovering or something like that. I don't know specifically if that's what it would be, but wait for it to disappear. There we go. Sixth sense. Oh, sixth sense is going on. Is it? Something there, maybe? Sixth sense is usually an item, but... Smell? Something smelly, apparently. Ooh, a calculator. Fuck, do I need a calculator? Oh, never mind. I got too close. Ow! Ooh, I'm actually quite hurt. Do I have any item recovery? What have I got? Hit points, yes. Down a Hassie. Oh, that didn't do as much as I'd hoped. There we go. Nothing special. Ooh. Bandage. So was there anything down here? Because the 6 centimeter was going nuts. According to him, all there was that. Next shock rating? 0. Also notes worth noting, even get it right way around. It doesn't look as though the bleeding meter goes down if you're using the goggles, which is odd, but okay. What happened? What is this? What is this? Ah! Okay, apparently I'm being attacked. Can I... what's with the H? What's going on here? What the fuck is this? Okay, apparently I could... I have no... Oh, right, okay, so it's more direct controls. Apparently we got a thing going on. That's the thing apparently I can do? Narrow escape. Okay, what the fuck was that? I don't know, I was just sort of hammering buttons and things happened. Where is it likely to be? Straight ahead? Yes! Success, which means there's an item nearby. Ooh, a steak dinner. Yummy. Alright, I think I got the hang of it. I think. What the hell was that? It's just this weird thing showed up. Hearing. Oh, hearing could be the alarm system. Yep. Oh, there's also a smell and an item. The smell got stronger as I moved over to that corner. Or not. Well, that's a shame. Three possible options. Hang on a second. Okay, well that was the Sixth Sense one, so I take a wild stab and say that... Yep, that was the one, although I'm still very low on... Do not leave water running, please? Is that what that says? I don't know, I can't quite tell. That didn't even... Uh-oh. I didn't even have a sense thing for that. Is that one of those unavoidable ones? Do we have unavoidable spooks in this as well? Is that a thing? So we've got something sight. Apparently we got a shower head thing. Not that, sadly. Why does the smell keep disappearing? Oh, never mind. That's why the smell kept disappearing. I was going in the wrong direction. But that's a big hand. Ow! Well, that bloody hurt. Alright, tell you what items have we got and what the hell can we use to calm the hell down a bit? So that's obviously for hit points. Can we take a salad? Health. Okay. Actually, no, I'll save that for an emergency. Deep breath. Not bad, 118. That got it down a bit. Okay. Keep bandages for when you're bleeding. Yeah, I kind of gathered that. Because as I said, I'm pretty sure that red line above my health bar is the bleeding gauge, which is why I'm sort of standing still occasionally, because it sort of helps it to recover. Ooh. Apparently we're back outside again. This is bigger than I thought. Is there a map button? There was a map button. There's a very large area. I don't like that. Large areas make me nervous. Ooh, apparently I got a home run bat.
Jimmy, it's time for practice. Get out to the training field now. Hey, you're not Jimmy. Jimmy.
Well, that just happened. What have we got? I don't know, but at this point I'm wondering if it can be avoided. I don't exactly have a lot of adrenaline left. Ooh, an iron heart? What the hell is that? Necessary for operation in yard of strength and heart. Resistant to pulse increase. Oh! Shows on the heart amount the possibility of dying by shock or fainting from the next trap. Oh, is that what I... You know, I thought that was new. I was like, oh, wait, when did that show up in the horror monitor? It's like, oh, it's an upgrade. Hang on, there was definitely an item around here somewhere. Oh, ooh, sensor. Oh, wait, item sensor. Does it show up on the map or something? Ooh, yes, apparently it does. That's neat. So I'm gonna take a guess. Yeah, item sensor shows where items are on the map. Well, how about that? That's bloody useful. Dummy photo box, huh? Nitroglycerin. And another steak dinner. Which one is the nitroglycerin? Relaxes pulse fully. I don't think we're that bad at the moment. Yeah, we don't have anything for adrenaline, and I really need to get my adrenaline back. It's a photo booth. Wrong one. Ooh, an ampule. What does that do? Yes, please. I need that adrenaline, thanks. Another item nearby? Yes, there is. Ooh, a relaxation CD. Sound of the ocean waves. That's always what it is, isn't it? It's always like sound of the ocean waves or something. What the... Oh, never mind. One of these things. Oh, hello. You guys are fast. Okay, that was a thing. I forgot that Sixth Sense could sometimes be for things that weren't items. That, yeah, that was my fault. Injection! Goody. That was another adrenaline thing, wasn't it? Whoa, nice. That's pretty much all of it back. Hey, Zero. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know what, like, your max heart rate is. I really wish it would stop doing that little hitching, but I'm assuming that's because of emulation. It sucked. What's bad around here that could be site-based? Hang on a second. So we know that there's an item kicking around there. I don't know what the max is, but the minimum is 0. Well, no, really. The minimum is probably more than 0. Otherwise, you know, you kind of die before you actually hit 0. So, you know, just saying it. Alright, what do we got? I don't think there'd be anything over there. Oh, I didn't see that. So that was the side one, was it? Ah, that one I got right at least. Hey, it's a steak dinner. How yummy. Oh, balls, here we go again. Ow. Alright, come on, let's run over here. Yep, run, thank you. Nailed it. Okay. Let's see now. I got 3 of them, so I might as well top up that. Might as well calm down. Calm down a bit with that. That went right the way down. Did we actually start bleeding? I don't think we actually started bleeding, but we got close, didn't we? Ooh, salad. Yummy. Something sight and smell related. I don't know, there's so many things around here it could be. No, I wasn't bleeding. That's the point. I got close to bleeding, but I wasn't. Screw it, I'll just tag them all. Nope, nope, there's that one. What? I had that tagged. Okay, so yeah, now I am bleeding. Nice. I thought I had that one tagged, but I guess it must have been at the top rather than on the floor, so is what it is, I suppose. Okay, what have we got? Has it? Something really close. A hand? Hang on, I need to turn around a bit. Not the hand. What else have we got? There's a spot on the floor it could be. Could be the fan. I kind of wish you could actually like do a full 360 turn, because having to come out of it just to turn around a couple of degrees to see something that's just out of your vision is actually quite irritating. Like, whose idea was that? Testimonial. That must be another key item to help.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, got it. Alright. So we know that there's an item on the far side. Oh, hang on, something else with sight. Other M flashbacks. God, you're right. Horrible thought. Newspaper clipping. Mass homicide at Chateau Banbalo. Owner Mr. Banbalo mysteriously disappeared. Mercilessly murdered bodies were found at Chateau Banbalo, burned. All identified as young guests. Mr. Banbalo, the hotel owner, is missing. Details are still under investigation. Mr. Banbalo's diary was found at the site. Hatred directed towards the guests who'd caused the fire filled the page. The state police are searching for the suspect, Mr. Banbalo. Not sure why this game keeps reminding you of bad games. Well, I know it's not that well regarded, so, I mean, you know, stands to reason. Nice.
Cool.
Cool. Alright. Okay, item, yeah, item just on my head, so that's fine. Coagulant. Gee, I wonder what that's for. what have we got? A few things scattered around there. Something site-based. Pretty close to... Is it you? It is. There is another site thing kicking around. Okay. Definitely over in this direction. Is it that? Anything else? Yep. Nice. So where was that item? I know there was one right next to me apparently. Injection, very good. I'll need the adrenaline soon enough. There's an item right ahead. Goals wrap. Won't say no to that. Caution bomb? What the fuck is that? Hang on a tick. What the hell is a caution bomb? All warnings points within 15 meters will be checked by this bomb. What can do I use it? Oh, okay. So basically it automatically triggers everything. Well, there you go. That's a thing, I guess. What did we do when he became an MVP in the youth league? Memorable item of Bambello. Okay, well, we're at 4 o'clock, so I'm going to pause. Although it doesn't look like I can pause time, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying. Is there a way to pause time? Doesn't look like it. Don't think even going into the map is going to pause time. But still, we're working. Oh my god, how much more of this is there left? There's a lot more of this than I thought. God almighty, this is a long level. Well, okay, then there you go. Okay, so what exactly is a trigger point? When I use that scanner thing, you know, when I go into first person, you notice how it like locks onto things? That's a trigger point. Most trigger points are completely empty. Some trigger points contain items, and some trigger points contain spooks. Within the context of the game world. Oh, I guess it's just a suspicious location, or a location where something potentially could be, I guess. Like if you were searching the place, you'd think, oh, I need to check here. I would assume. I don't know, it's not really explained in context of the game, it just sort of is what it is. So, yeah. Okay, anyway, yeah, break time, back in a minute. And we are back. Alright, let's see where we're going. What's next? Why do I hear a growling noise? Is that getting bigger or not? It's getting smaller, which implies that it's over here. So the television, I'm guessing. Yes. Oh no. What the fuck? Yeah, sure, why not? Why can't you rotate? Like, seriously, it's not hard to rotate on the spot. Never mind. Alright, where's the H point? Nice. Whew. Hassy. Very nice. I wonder what the sight thing could be. Ooh, a deep breath. All right. Ooh, diary. Okay, X month, X day. Hotel business is on track. Had intensive bathing exercise with Jimmy in the basement again. Bathing style seems improved. Chin still goes up when he swings. We'll practice again tomorrow. We'll try 1,000 swings. Okay. Chin did not go up today. Good job, Jimmy. That's the swing. Minnesota Kids League finals tomorrow. Eat protein-rich food tonight. You'll need a lot of energy. Papa will get up at 4 tomorrow to make a special drink for you. Do your best, Jimmy. We won the championship. Jimmy hit the winning homer. He is the MVP. Congratulations. Sorry, I think of that as being such a modern phrase. Because this game's like 20 years old. I don't expect people to say, you know, oh, you're the MVP as like an older expression. But I guess it's older than I think it is. It just feels completely incongruous to me is all. Can't help shedding tears of joy. I confirm all the interest in the restaurant. Guests may ask, Mr. Mambello, who's that? That's Jimmy. He was chosen MVP at the Boys League. It's a thrill just to think about it. She'll treat the guests with barbecue tonight. Who do you think the home run king is this year? It's Jimmy, or because you endured my hard training, you've done well, Jimmy. Your trophy is magnificent. Let's place it in our bedroom so we can see it every day. Jimmy, keep hitting and fill the chateau with your records and trophies. Alright, what do we got? I love that icon. That is so... It's such a surreal icon. It's just like... I get that you're supposed to be indicating the breathing with the arrows and all that stuff, but why are they standing like they're doing the YMCA? Like, what? Why are their arms out like that? You don't hold your arms out to breathe deeply. In fact, generally that's considered not a good thing to do because your arms stretch your chest and it makes it harder to breathe. Gotcha. Ooh, plasma. Bandage. Tallahassee. Ah, there's the trophy. Important. Hang on, 6th sense going off. It shouldn't be. Hang on. There's no more. Well, okay, there's 2 items on the other side of the room, maybe. Diary. Oh, Jimmy, you are now gone. Papa will treasure your bat, the one you practice with, and hit the winning homer with it. Now I curse that hateful youngsters holding that bat, bastards. Why did my beloved Jimmy have to be killed by such imbeciles? Papa will revenge your death. Isn't it avenge your death? I suppose the same thing, really. I'll kill all lurking around. I'll do it for you, Jimmy. Jimmy! All I can think of right now. If you don't get the reference, tough. I'm not explaining it. There is supposed to be an item in here, but it might be downstairs. Oh, balls. Oh, when the hell did I get that? Cool. Okay, apparently I had a bat and the game decided it wasn't going to tell me. That's nice of it. Right, well, okay. I think I need to heal myself a little bit. Let's, that'll do that. Actually, let's just top off. I think we're alright on the rest. We'll just go slow until the bleeding wears off. I think actually, because I saw this briefly, I think it actually specifically said that the heart rate / minimum, I'm assuming that's like, if my heart rate goes up to 255, that's game over then. So it makes sense. So yeah, 255, I don't have to worry too much about it. Although I do wonder if it's a thing of like, well, the higher it is, the more it goes up kind of thing. Oh, there's an item around here. Hello! Gauze! Very good. Newspapers. Is this real human flesh cooked in the kitchen inside Chateau Banballo? State troopers find traces of human flesh in the kitchen. Did the missing Mr. Banballo commit this atrocity? The hostel used to be an oasis for young people, but now it's called the Bazaar Hotel by scared locals. Even though it said locale. I'm gonna take a wild stab and come off the... You? Not you. Ow. That worked. Hang on a second.
Hey, hurry up! Hey, hurry up!
Are these stages procedurally generated? I don't think the levels are procedurally generated, but considering how many like points where things could spook you there are, I wouldn't be surprised if those locations are randomly generated. I don't know if they are, I'd have to look that up. But it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. But I'd be willing to bet that the levels are not procedurally generated, but the spook locations are. I think there's enough variety in those sorts of locations to pull that off. Hey, nitroglycerin. I mean, I suppose if you learnt where all the spooky things are, then the game would become very easy. Hey! Well, hey. You know what? Forget the rest of the place. Let's just stay here. Relaxation CD. Very good. There is no item over here. So what are you blipping away at? Is an item right in front. More nitro. Oh, damn it. Ah. Don't think this is worth it. Whew. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. Right, let's heal up a bit. Just a crash test dummy wielding a giant wrench. The thing is, you got to remember, because you weren't here for the start of the stream, none of this is supposed to be real. This is supposed to be a horror attraction. So I'm willing to bet that when we're beating these people up, we're either beating up people in costumes or like animatronics. One or the other, you know? I get the feeling that's probably the case. There we go, that's good. Calm it down a bit. Where's the bleeding? Much better. Oh, hang on, I missed an item back in the other room. Hold that thought. You just assumed dream. Now, it is supposed to be happening in reality. It's just supposed to be a horror attraction. And it's supposed to be that if you can survive without dying, you get like, I think it's $100 million. Some like insane, whoops, I wasn't paying attention there. Some insane amount. Ew. Ooh, an artificial brain. Wish I had one. Escaping a battle involves calling a helicopter, seems too surreal to actually be there. I think that's more of a gameplay thing. Don't read too much into it. Ooh, discount ticket at the ER. Neat. I'm assuming that is literally what it says and that it is a discount ticket for the ER. 40% discount is given to operation in ER, effective only within the stage. Oh, really? Didn't know there were any ER stuff in this stage. Right. Not there, huh? Gotcha. 40% off your next hysterectomy. Well, I mean, that'd be nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Save every penny you can these days. Sight again, huh? Nope. Yes. Okay, so that's the basement, so I'm going to assume we're moving towards endgame on that. Bit more of that. Mm-hmm. Recovery, build up. Return to life is closed because of course it is. So we got all these. Increases adrenaline. I wouldn't mind increasing adrenaline. I don't know how much this stuff costs. Not enough money. It doesn't say how much it costs though. I'm willing to bet we've got a boss fight, or whatever this game's equivalent of a boss fight is, coming up. 34, 408, 204, huh? Kind of wish I'd saved the items now and, you know, done it that way, but whatever. I don't think I specifically knew all this stuff. I mean, I have no idea what the hell I've got upcoming now. Alright, photo booth. Save time. What did that say? Oh, never mind. Jimmy. Only Jimmy Stadium. I definitely saw there was supposed to be an item over here. Ooh. Diary number 3. Give me back my Jimmy. Give me, bastards, give me back my Jimmy. I wonder if this game took inspiration from the first Ace Ventura movie. Maybe. Oh, can I put the item down? Do I need to do that? Ooh, neat. Right, so do I have to put items back? Is that what I'm doing here? Looks like it. Nice. I figured. Oh.
Number 3, first base, Jimmy.
Okay, now, here we go.
Do I actually have to?
Jimmy! Oh, number 3, first base, Jimmy's best. I love you, bye!
Right, okay. Well, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Move, 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 move. Come on, time to run.
Hey, hurry up! Shoot! Shoot! Shoot!
Come on. That's not good.
Hey, hurry up!
That was very random. Alright, where are we? That's a great bloody... What the... Why is this? What the hell? What's the point of this? I figured we would be done after that. What the...
Hey, hurry up!
Right, so he's wandering around here and I've got to avoid him. Wrong button, but never mind. Alright, so we go... Pick a route, I guess. I think there's more than one of them, which seems to me like cheating, but whatever, I guess. Like, if there's one of them and you want to teleport them around a bit, like, I can understand that, but I'm pretty sure there's only supposed to be fucking one of them. So go fuck yourself. What the fuck? Speed ladder. Where was it? Oh no, I went past it. Place probably has multiple costumes. That's probably true, but still. I don't know what that tapping noise I keep hearing every once in a while is. Or is that him going through doors? Maybe he can teleport at the doorways? Oh, I hear something. Whoa! Damn it. He was closer than I thought.
Hey, hurry up!
Okay, got that. Da. Ooh, why is this suddenly here? Alright, if we're going to do this, let's go in with slightly less that. So the fact that this is suddenly here implies that whatever the hell I've done so far, we haven't got to the boss fight yet. These levels are long, man. Like, this is a long thing. What the?
Kevin?
A gas leak has been detected. Warning, impending explosion likely with a rise of room temperature.
Uh-oh. Ow. Nope. Gotcha. Uh-oh. Alright, let's heal up. That went okay. All things considered. Didn't know this was a Dreamcast game? Did I not mention that? I mentioned that, probably you weren't even here at the time. So don't worry too much about it. Yes, this is a Dreamcast game. Dreamcast only. It never got a port anywhere. I think I can understand why, but still, does seem a bit of a shame.
Kevin!
I found this a
Are you
Kevin.
alright?
Oh, what the? Erico!
You assume PS2? It's the same generation. There's a lot of crossover between those two consoles.
Right now. Let's get out of here.
Woohoo! Yeah! You're our savior. I'll help you any way I can. You hear me?
You're crazy.
Yay! Rescue Ed. Okay, you can choose this character from the next stage. Yay! Okay, well, I'm assuming that that's everything, is it? Oh, no, wrong button. Ooh, Protector. Amazon. What the fuck? What the fuck is an Amazon? Total recovery drugs made thanks to Michael's favor to extend our lives for 5 minutes. Okay. Fair enough. I fall 2 times faster during battle. Damage, stamina, and bleeding will be reduced by 2/3 when equipped with this. Neat. Shame I'm getting it at the what I'm assuming is the end of the level, but this might not be the end of the level. So, no. There's a really... What the heck? I kind of figured that was going to be the end of the level because we rescued our friend and we burnt the boss character, but I guess that wasn't it yet. Oh my god, how long is this bloody level? Every time you think you've won. Definite the Ring Terror's Realm vibes. There is an element of that to it, I guess. That's a problem. That's, yep, that's definite problem. What the f... Okay, yep, that happened. Can I go somewhere? That's a no. Okay. Ow. For God's sake. I literally cannot get away from this guy.
Can you hear me? This is Control Operator Jackson. I repeat, this is Control Operator Jackson in the control room. Our oil pressure is normal here. Average electric current is 52,000 volts. Generating capacity of 2,700,000 watts.
10-4, main control room here. Checking database now. Hold on a second. The pressure on the leg is a bit too high.
I bet it's the right leg. Last time I checked, it was a bit rusty.
That's alright. It's still within control parameters. And what are you planning to do for dinner tonight? I'm starving.
I think I'll have fish or something. At this point, meat doesn't sound too appetizing.
Yeah, we got enough meat laying around over here to feed an army of rats.
Help!
Stop right there. This area is restricted to authorized personnel only.
Please, I can't fight that horrid beast myself.
I know. Isn't that cool? We spent $5 million to build this enormous thing we call Bandball. It's super alloy skeletons controlled with advanced hydraulics with custom bearings and joints. You're looking at 2 meters of thick titanium for every bone. All computer controlled by me. How'd you like that, big sucker, eh?
'Cause I can't fight that horrid beast myself. I know. Isn't that cool? We spent $5 million to build this enormous thing we call Bandball. It's super alloy skeletons controlled with advanced hydraulics with custom bearings and joints. You're looking at 2 meters of thick titanium for every bone. All computer controlled by me. How'd you like that, big sucker, eh?
Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah.
Huh. That was part of the show too? That's random. Okay, well. Gonna need to heal up after that, I think. Lucky I didn't die. My heart rate is surprisingly low right now. ID card. I almost thought for a second that we'd actually found someone who was like working here. You know, like he was just a normal guy who was actually working there. I didn't think he was going to be part of the... you know, of the attraction. One salad. You're expected to beat this level under 50 minutes. Well, here's the thing. I'm sure if you know what you're doing, you can get through this level really quickly. So, yeah. Right, I get it. So I started off in the room over here, it then gets split in half, I get rocketed over here, I then go up along these platforms and over to this corner. But now I've got to go back down along there and over this way, presumably, in order to get to whatever ending that ends up being. Why do I get the distinct impression this guy's not as dead as he looks? Just call it a hunch, you know? You thought you were just straight up killing one of the employees? Well, I figured that what I was going to do was I was going to knock him unconscious. You know, I figured the whole reveal would be that the whole thing is, like, rigged. Because obviously, presumably the guy who owns the place doesn't have $100 million, I would imagine. My guess is that, like, the whole thing is basically a scam. That would have been my guess. So I figured that we weren't going to kill him, we were just going to knock him unconscious. Like, hit him a few times, he falls unconscious, can't operate the giant robot anymore, and we can actually complete the first level, as opposed to it being massively and deliberately unfair, you know? I figured that's the direction we were going in. I'll admittedly, I was rather surprised at the amount of blood that was coming out of him, but I figured that's just like, horror games gonna horror, you know? And then when his head came off, I was like, oh, what the... Oh, wait, no, he's just a robot. Oh, okay. I'm fairly certain you can move faster through water than that, but whatever. Go! Congratulations. Cool. Clear. Wow. That's, honestly, I think I made out quite alright with that. Okay, sure, I took about 40 minutes longer. Although I will say, a good 10 minutes of that time was me going on my break. Because there's no, like, active pause for this game. So, when I paused it to go on a break for 10 minutes, the timer was still counting. There's no way to pause the game. So 10 minutes of that you can discount. So it actually took me about 120 to beat, not 130. So that's interesting. Okay, yay. Still, I mean, $42,000. That's not to sneeze at. So, how much of what I picked up during that segment? Nothing. Apparently, I kept literally nothing. Well, figures. Well, okay, let's see what upgrades I can get. What do we got? So, retards pulse increase, artificial heart needed. 30,000? $40,000? Christ. It's just like the everything. Do I not have an upgrade? Hang on. Sure, why not? Random, but okay. I'm assuming this is where you swap out your friends. Oh, wait, this is where you revive? I figured the revival thing... Oh, never mind. Well, there you go then. Actually, just before... I think if there's one thing I've learned that I really do need... Sweet. So I'm a little curious what the next story is, because we had the home run of death. And now we've got the revenge of Queen Worm. starring David Rodriguez with Rachel Devil Monkey Michael Waters. Okay, Michael Reynolds film. Well, there you go. No idea what the other ones would be, of course. You don't get a clue beforehand, unfortunately. Kinda wish you could. Although it does actually say the minimum price on the side, I never noticed that. Well, that one's 300,000. Christ, that one must be a tricky one if that's 300,000 compared to all the rest that are about 50. You still can't get into the museum. Probably unlock that, presumably when you've done everything. Alright, so, it's 5 o'clock. And you know what? I think I want to leave it here for today. I played through the first level, and you know what? I think I'm quite happy with that. Like, this game is... On the one hand, I think there are a lot of elements in this game I really do like. Like, I love it in concept, the fact that, technically speaking, nothing going on here is real. Like, there's no real dangers. The only danger you have is to literally be scared to death. I think that's a neat concept. You know, because so many horror games say, oh yes, all the absolutely bloody, disgusting things that are happening, it's 100% real. And here it's just like, no, it's fake. It's a theme park, essentially. But, you know, it's a challenge theme park. Can you survive? I mean, I'm not sure what exactly the legal and ethical ramifications of a place like this are, but yeah, it's certainly an interesting idea, I think. I would say that in terms of basic gameplay, it's not bad, although there's a few things I would personally change. Firstly, if you're going to do this thing where you force people to go into first person to look around with a special pair of goggles, just have the game be in first person. Because the fact that you have to, you know, you're in third person, you have to go into first person, you look around, and if the thing you can't find isn't in front of you, you have to go out of first person, turn around, and then go back into first person again. That's bad. Like, that is bad. It's annoying. It's incredibly slow. So I would say just have it in first person. Just have the game be completely in first person. First person is generally more immersive anyway. It's why first person horror games are so popular. Because first person horror just works really well together, I think. So yeah, you got that. I'd make it fully first person. Keep the goggles. Like, you know, have the goggles be equipable or unequipable. My thing would be drop the adrenaline. Because it's like all of this stuff is like biological, which is fine. But if it was me, if you're using goggles, just have a battery system. You know, where the goggles have like a power usage. And maybe it's not where, I don't know, it might be a balance issue, but have it where using the goggles just drains the power slowly. And it's like, you know, you can find batteries to recharge it, but they're rare. And like tagging a spot doesn't necessarily drain the battery. I don't know, that's something you'd have to practice with in terms of the balance of the game. But obviously, you know, I like the idea of running around. You're trying to find where the spooks are before they happen. That's a really neat idea. The fact that you do have to balance your adrenaline, and because obviously you clearly don't have enough adrenaline for everything going on in the area, so you have to like play a little strategically. Well, you know, it's like I was saying, oh, the smell blink thing is going off. So it must mean that there's something disgusting in the area that's causing a bad smell. So you've got to like think about it, you know? And then you've got to use like visual clues to like draw you in. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Now, of course, I got it wrong half the time as well, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, being able to be right 100% of the time would take the fun out of it, I think. So yeah, there is a lot to like here. Controls are honestly my biggest problem with this. as I said, just make the game first person. Like, you don't need to this whole faff between third and first person. Just like stick with one. You don't have to keep swapping. I cannot think of a game where having to constantly switch between third and first person works. Like, I genuinely cannot think of one. Maybe like a Zelda game where it's just for bow and arrows or something like that, but even that's a stretch. Like, you know, you want to be third person for as much of the time as you can, but yeah. Or you know, you stick with one if you're going to make a game like this. Stick with one camera position. Either stick with third or stick with first. Either works. But in general, yeah, this isn't terrible. Like, you know, I was under the impression this was one of those absolutely awful games. Zero mentioned the Ring Terror's Realm. You got vibes of that. And yeah, it is at that level of, like, you know, lower budget horror game. Especially in the Dreamcast era, where there were a lot of very bad horror games. Dreamcast PS2 era. But I wouldn't say this game is terrible. It's just a bit clunky. And honestly, you could easily remake this. Or at least use, you know, spiritual successor it. You know, where it's like a person trying to survive in like an actual, you know, like a horror attraction and not have a heart attack, that kind of stuff. I could see that. Yeah, I think, I don't know why I'm running backwards and forwards like this. It's just something to do while I'm talking. But yeah, I think in general, it's a really neat idea. It just slightly fails in the execution. I don't think it's that bad. Will I play it more in my own time? I don't know. Like, really, I don't actually know if I will. One of the Metal Gear Solid remakes, you were able to switch to first-person mode to aim, which essentially broke the difficulty and made the whole game trivial. Wasn't that the remake of Metal Gear Solid 1 on the GameCube? I have toyed with the idea of playing that, because I've never played a Metal Gear Solid game, like, at all. And I know that a lot of them are held in very high regard. So I have considered playing some of the Metal Gear Solid games, because I know the first one is considered a classic. The second one, I know people like it, but it's not as beloved as the first. The third one is considered a classic. I know Revengeance is considered an absolutely insane game, but also very fun. And I know that 5, which is Phantom Pain, is also, like, that's a really, really good open world game, from what I've heard. I don't know much about it, truth be told. The Metal Gear Solid franchise was just something I never really got into. But I have considered playing through those games. So, yeah, I don't know. That's something I might consider. Five Nights at Freddy's spin-off? Well, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's spin-off. Solid is very good. It's incredibly cinematic. Solid was the third one, wasn't it? Or you mean Metal Gear Solid 1 was the... Revengeance is a meme. A great big meme. Well, yeah, true. It is a meme, but it's also a good game in its own right, from what I understand. I've also understand it's quite a short game, but that was the point. It was just a spin-off. So, yeah, anyway, as I said, I think I've had enough of this for now. I played through the first level. As I say, there is stuff to like here. I'm surprised. Like, when I heard about it in concept, I thought, oh, that's going to be annoying. And Solid was the first one. First real one. Well, yeah, because there were a whole bunch of Metal Gear games before Solid. Because there was Metal Gear Solid, which was kind of a reboot of the franchise. There was Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. There was Metal Gear Solid 3... Was it called Snake Eater? Something like that. I cannot for the life of me remember what the fuck the fourth one was called, if it even had a name. Or if it was just called Metal Gear Solid 4. I know so little... Like, people talk about Metal Gear Solids 1, 3, and 5 so much. I know about 2 because I was I had a friend who was into the Metal Gear Solid franchise around the time it came out. So I was sort of aware of it. But 4 I know fucking nothing about. It's like nobody talks about 4 at all. And then 5 is of course Phantom Pain. 4 is called Guns of Liberty? As opposed to Sons of Liberty, the second one? That's weird. But then, I mean, fucking Hideo Kojima, you know. I've only played one Hideo Kojima in my life, and that's, fucking Death Stranding, which I did enjoy. I did enjoy Metal Gear. I did enjoy Death Stranding. Like, to a point of genuine surprise. I didn't think I would, but I ended up liking it. And I have heard he's already like teasing his next game, which is going to get officially announced in at the Game Awards. Which some people think is Death Stranding 2, which it might be, because I know Norman Reedus did accidentally announce it. Somebody was just interviewing him and they brought up Death Stranding and he's like, oh yeah, we've already started working on the second one. I'm like, sorry, what? Fourth Metal Gear Solid game tried to fill the third shoes, which is why I didn't get a lot of traction. It was a bit sort of redundant to the third one, was it? That's fair. That's fair. That's fair enough. As I say, the Metal Gear Solid franchise is just one of those series I've just sort of wanted to get into, but haven't, and feel like maybe I should, because I know it's a very beloved franchise. Because I remember the reason I didn't back at the time was because I really didn't like stealth games back then. These days I'm better with stealth games now. I don't necessarily know if I like Metal Gear Solid if I try to play it. I can't see any reason why I wouldn't. That might be one to look into at some point. Maybe next year I'll probably play the GameCube remake of Metal Gear Solid, perhaps. That might be fun. Because I've heard that is a decent enough remake, from what I understand. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!